Doomcock is now ready to pass sentence on Disney for the theft of Star Wars Theory's film Vader Episode 1, Shards of the Past. Yes, that's right, I said stole. Disney has stolen this film from a YouTuber. They have committed a theft of sorts against Star Wars Theory, the maker of Vader Episode 1 Shards of the Past. How do I say this? Isn't it true that Disney owns Star Wars and can do what it likes with Star Wars? Yes, this is true. And if Star Wars Theory had been profiting off of this film, then you might have a case that they were entitled to that revenue. However, that is not the case. According to the Daily Dot, in an article by Josh Katzowitz, a YouTuber recently uploaded a Darth Vader fan film with the understanding that nobody would make any money off the final product. Now though, he said the film has been unfairly copyright claimed by Disney and he's shocked by what has happened. Before making the fan film titled Vader Episode 1 Shards of the Past, the YouTuber named Star Wars Theory said he came to an agreement with Lucasfilm that said he could upload his video, but that he couldn't monetize the ad revenue he'd potentially earn. Quote, I went to them and I said I want to make a Vader fan film, Star Wars Theory, who has more than 1.4 million subscribers, said in a new video he released Monday. Quote, can I crowdfund? Can I monetize it? Can I get some sort of payback from the money I'm going to be putting into this to make for the fans? They were like, nope, you can't crowdfund. Nope, you can't make money from it. If you didn't know, YouTube is my career, he continues. To not monetize something like this is like going to work and not getting paid for your job. It was a bit of a decision. Ultimately, he decided to make the film for the love of the Star Wars franchise. Since he released the video on December 21st, it's racked up nearly 6.5 million views, and he estimated that he would have earned about $80,000 so far if he could have monetized it. But Star Wars Theory said that Walt Disney Music Company and the Warner Chappell Music Company put a copyright claim for the music composition. That means the money that wasn't supposed to be earned by anybody is now going to those companies, and the film that was supposed to be commercial-free, per the agreement between Star Wars Theory and Lucasfilm, will now have advertisements. It's upset Star Wars Theory, who said he hired a composer to create original music for his film, meaning it shouldn't have been copyright claimed. Star Wars Theory told the Daily Dot on Tuesday that he was told by Warner Chappell that if he disputes the claim, his channel will get a strike and the video will be deleted. And this is how Disney treats fans. Well, there should be no surprise, because we've seen this sort of thing before, haven't we, people? Remember Axanar? Remember CBS, Viacom, whoever the hell it was, whatever little rat bastard that owns that particular bundle of rights, essentially sued Axanar, shut them down. And now, what was going to be a glorious, wonderful, fan-anticipated and fan-funded Star Trek 2 hours long will now be 2 15-minute episodes. That's the best that they could do. Why? Why is it that Disney and CBS and Viacom are so hostile to fan productions? Why do we see this sort of abuse and disrespect of the fandom over and over and over again? Star Wars Theory made something beautiful, made something vastly superior to what Disney has been creating itself, on a shard of a budget compared to the money thrown at Jar Jar Abrams and Ruin Johnson to defile and sodomize the franchise. This guy takes the equivalent of pocket change dug out of Disney's couch and makes something that is actually Star Wars and is punished for it. Indeed, Disney says, not only will we monetize it for ourselves, do a copyright strike against you, but if you try to then reassert your own ownership over your own fan work, your channel will receive a copyright strike and the video will be yanked. And CBS with Axanar The fans were so desperate for some really good Star Trek and so enthused by Prelude to Axanar, probably the best Star Trek film made in the last 10 years, barring Star Trek Continues. CBS could not stomach that. In fact, they went ahead and shut it down and then tried to do something similar with Star Trek Disgracery, hatefully referred to as STD. There's a common thread here, and it is this. Disney targeted the Vader shorts because it's vastly superior to their own substandard trash, just as CBS shut down Axanar because it made their Star Trek look like the joke it is. Now, what does this mean? It means that Disney and CBS are incapable of making entertainment that can compare to fan videos on YouTube. That's what it means. Let me put it this way, CBS and Disney. I hope you're both listening. I'm going to sit you both right down here. And Uncle Doomcock is going to talk some straight talk to you people. Now, let's say, Disney and CBS, that you run a shoe company. And let's say that your customers or former customers are actually making their own shoes now. That they would rather spend all the money to get the raw leather, to learn how to cut it, to obtain the tools necessary to cut it, to do the stitching, to do the assembling, to order the rubber soles from China, and then figure out the proper way to attach them to their leather skeletons, and to go ahead and pop in the eyelets and lace them up and do all the things that you have to do to be a successful cobbler. Basically spend years learning how to cobble your own shoes. They would rather do that than buy your shoes. That probably means that your shoes are so bad that it's worth the extra trouble for them to do their own. That's why you should be alarmed, shouldn't you, CBS and Disney? In the past, fans simply made their little fan films for fun, to get with their friends, to play dress up, to do kind of a cosplay on video. Now, with Vader and with Axanar, you had talented fans stepping up not merely to do fan fiction, but to fill a void. To fill a void in Star Trek and Star Wars that you, in your incompetence, have created. A word of advice for you, Disney and CBS. When a company is bested by fans with no money, using home equipment, the solution is not to sue them or to steal their work. The solution is to raise your game, you talentless fucks. Seriously, you should start selling shoes. Because CBS and Disney, you suck ass as filmmakers. About a week ago, Doomcock introduced a hashtag that has never been more relevant than it is today. Disney does not respect the needs of fans so desperate for good Star Wars that they make their own. So how many times must I say it? Boycott any company that does not respect you. Meet contempt with closed wallets and empty theaters. Make them feel our rage. Boycott Disney and CBS because they do not respect you. They do not respect the franchise. They do not respect their own property. They do not respect our culture. They do not respect our myths. They have nothing but contempt for us, and we must return that contempt. Hashtag without respect, we reject. 2019 is a vital year, people. I cannot overstate this. I cannot exaggerate this. It is vitally important that we boycott all of these films that are insulting us by all the companies that have contempt for us. Because if Star Trek Discovery somehow succeeds against all odds, if Episode 9 comes out and does excellent box office business, then we will have failed, and Disney and CBS will feel vindicated in their approach to the fans. and we will have to settle for being insulted and mocked and ignored and treated with contempt of every kind, because they'll know that they can get away with it. And it is our sworn duty to see that they do not get away with it. On this, everything depends. Boycott Episode 9. Boycott CBS All Access. Boycott Star Trek Discovery, the Picard series, and everything associated with Kurtzman and Bad Robot. 2019 is the year we must make our voices heard. In terms that Darmok would understand, it is our sworn duty to make certain that 2019 is the year that is remembered thusly, fandom, when the wallet's closed. And so I pass judgment on Disney. The verdict, guilty of contempt for the fandom. And the sentence, well, we'll see what the penalty is come December 20th, 2019. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock, bidding you all, my friends, stay angry and say 9 to 9.